I'm sure that there would be an impact. But I think if we look at China this year, their actual imports appear to be shrinking. And it does appear that they have taken control measures. There were measures to also increase production, but those were hampered by safety issues, where safety checks have now become paramount. They are in the midst of a significant heat wave right now, and they have an uncertain winter ahead. I'm told that the Chinese market is currently bearish, but I agree with the earlier speaker that the situation can change next month. And there are mixed views on where the second half of this year can be. The uncertainty really is if and how long the safety checks due to the oncoming elections will slow down coal mine production and how industrial demands will be for the rest of the year. You're quite right that Russia is exporting coal to friendly nations through various types of transshipments that we are talking about because shipping routes are restricted. And the countries where it is largely going is dominated by China and India. And I'm sure that they are also looking at some other markets. But remember that the traditional large markets for Indonesia are India and China. Yeah. So definitely there would be some pressure, particularly on the medium-ranked coals and maybe the low-ranked coals, for which it is looking like it's a significant discount to the global Newcastle index at this stage.
Okay, so
and yeah. Russian production and sales don't appear to have shrunk. If we are looking at June and we are looking at May and we look at July, they appear to be pretty stable.
Okay.
At around about 16 or 17 million tons.
Okay, so how this event are that happens nowadays affects to the producers and how Bumi can adapt to this condition? Mr. Dileep.
Well, our challenge really is how to manage the La Nina impact, which is the very heavy rains. Now, there have been very heavy rains in Indonesia since December last year. And if we are looking at the period January to June, and maybe if you extend that to July, the rains continue. And if you compare the rain intensity with previous years, it's actually extremely high. Now, we do open cut mining, and we are the largest producer in Indonesia. And I would say that from a guidance of 85 to 89 million tons, which we thought we could do this year, we have scaled it down to 78 to about 83 million tons, which basically means that there's an impact of something like 8 to 10% on our output. Now, if you combine the factors of rain since December, which have affected output, you combine the export ban that the government announced in January,
yeah.
And we look at lower production in the subsequent period, we are looking at a tightness of supply, and the Ukraine-Russia conflict seems to have added to the issue. And with the inability of alternate feedstocks to replace coal demands or fossil fuel demands, has created further pressure on the coal price. And natural gas is increasingly becoming unaffordable. EU gas prices have shot the roof. It is now more economic to use coal even at $500 per ton compared with gas prices. So there's a fair amount that is happening, which is dynamic. And the unfortunate part is that because of very heavy rains, we've not really been able to maintain normalcy of output. We focused on fulfilling our domestic market obligation as a top priority. And you know that is at a
Yeah.
subsidized price.
Okay.
It's not at the
Okay.
current prices that media is talking about. But